Hey everyone, I'm Evangeline here at Etrailer. Today we're going to be using the bike repair holder for the Thule Verse Bike Rack. This is an add-on accessory that you can install on your rack, then it will be there all the time, ready for whenever you need to make any repairs. Today I have to put this chain right back on here on our bike. So let's talk about how this repair stand helps out with that process, and later in this video I'll give you a quick run through of how to get the repair stand itself installed. It happens to almost everyone. You're going for a ride and then something feels a little loose, or maybe your entire chain just falls right off. You can load your bike back onto your rack, head home, work on this out of your garage, or you could even start doing your basic repairs right there at the trailhead with your repair stand. So the first thing you're gonna have to do is go ahead, grab your bike, take it off, and you can get this stand all set up with just one hand. You're gonna lift your arm up into the up and down position. Then we're gonna lock this into place so it doesn't move on us. So there's this tab over here. This needs to go into the all the way lock. Now, see how that lines up with that lock symbol, and also how our arm definitely does not move at all. That could be the tricky part for a lot of people. Now we're gonna just grab that repair holder, press down, lift that up, bring this bracket down, and that way we can just grab our bike, and our bike's saddle is gonna sit right into those grooves up there. So that's where your seat is, and then this is holding that in place. And now your bike is ready for repairs. So what types of bikes can you throw onto this holder? Well, any bike that you can put on your bike rack, which includes a lot of them. With that 60-pound per bike weight capacity for the rack itself, that means your holder can carry your smaller road bikes, your larger mountain bikes, and even your heavier electric bikes. While this is a really small and compact design, it is surprisingly robust. So if you needed to attach or take off any parts on your bike, you can do so. There may be a little bit of movement side to side like this, but pushing up against the bike, very sturdy. Now you can turn your bike rack into a mobile workshop. So working on different parts of your bike, you're always gonna want to make sure you can access the things, whether you're working on your derailleur or you need to take off your front wheel. It's also important to have easy access to the tools that you may need. So you actually have this little stand on your holder. You have these little spots here for your Allen keys or your screwdrivers or your torque tools, things like that. You also have a magnetic tray. So if you had small nuts and bolts or socket bits, you can just put them into the tray. The magnet is gonna be in the far corner, right over there. And another thing that I like to do is use the rest of the bike rack. So you have this large cradle here that maybe if I had, let's say, lubricant or cans or larger tools, I can just toss them into the front cradle. So everything really works together where you don't have to bring everything over to your garage. You could just bring a mini garage over to you. So do you need a bike repair holder? Well, in all honesty, there is a reason why this isn't already a feature of the bike rack, but it is an add-on. And that's because if you're doing basic repairs, let's say you're just putting your chain on, or you're lubricating it and keeping parts clean and usable, then in all honesty, you could do that without a repair holder. But having this in place where it puts your bike out, you have this really stable platform, and now you can do all types of repairs beyond the basic maintenance. If at some point you start upgrading your parts, switching things out, this pretty much grows with you. So it's there for your basic maintenance, but it's also there for your heavier duty jobs. And for those jobs, a lot of people start looking into bike repair stands. So when you start comparing the prices of a dedicated repair stand with an easy add-on to your already sturdy bike rack, that's something worth looking into, and then you can then make the decision for yourself. So while I don't particularly need this for the day-to-day, it's really nice to have on there. Now getting this set up onto the bike rack is pretty simple. Plus, once it is on there, then you barely have to think about it. It's pretty easy just to flip in and out of position. The only thing that I've semi-consistently struggled with is going to be that locking tab, just because I have to wiggle it around for it to truly lock. But also, that's not entirely a bad thing. It's nice to have a bike rack that is usable and reliable for not just carrying your bikes around, but also for doing repairs whenever you need to do a last-minute fix right at the trailhead or even around at home. I know some people that keep their bike rack on their car and then they flip it down just to do repairs in their garage because they may not have a bike stand of their own. So if this repair holder is something that's interesting to you and you're curious about how to get it set up onto your bike rack, well, stay tuned. We'll go take a look at that. The installation is really simple. All you need to bring to the table is a flathead screwdriver. And you also need to make sure that you are installing on the rear tray or the one furthest away from the vehicle. So this cradle right over here. Now we start with removing the cap that used to be on that tray. And then you want to push in this new cap and make sure that that fits into place. So this is going to have those two parts that click together. And once they click together, just like that, you're then going to have 3 screws. So 1, 2, and then there's a third underneath there that you are then going to tighten down with your included tool. With the base all tightened down, now it's time to set up the hook. So for the hook, lift the hook up a bit because you're going to attach the new bike repair holder onto the lip. So you're going to see that there's this button looking thing here on that hook. So everything should just kind of slot into place around that button, making sure that this is in the right orientation. You're then going to line up these 4 bolts. They're going to be 2 on each side of your holder. And then you're going to have these nuts in here that you will secure the bolts to. So once those are all in place, you can then use the included Allen key to tighten all 4 down. With things tightened down, I like to just make sure that everything works smoothly, nothing pops out of place, everything looks good. That's going to be it for your installation. From this point onwards, you can really just leave this on your rack. Forget about it if needed, just because this is mainly there for when you need it and it's out of the way for when you don't. So hopefully this just helped you see how this bike repair holder works and how easy it is to install. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us right here at Etrailer. I'd love to know what types of accessories you felt were the best fit for you and your Thule Verse Bike Rack. But today, this was a look at the bike repair holder for the Thule Verse. My name is Evangeline, and I'm right here at etrailer.com.